Streets are still blocked off. People are still being kept out of their homes. And now the investigation begins into what caused the explosion that killed a Sun Prairie firefighter.
Lawmakers are wondering where residents stand on the legalization of marijuana, and voters in Dane County may get the chance to voice their thoughts on the November ballots.
And the president's in Europe this morning encouraging NATO members to partly pay for their own defense from Russia. The news starts now.
This is News 3 This Morning.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 This Morning. It is Thursday, July 12th. Josh is in for Danica this morning. Chris is in for Hattie. Good morning to both of you.
The Bro Show going on today.
We do.
Yeah.
Yes.
And hey, the heat and humidity coming back. Kind of unfortunate, right?
The heat and humidity is coming back, folks. We are talking a lot of warmth as we go through the next couple of days. In fact, today is one of 2 alert days in our forecast for those heat indices returning into the low and mid 90s. Right now, 68 degrees. Dew points are into the 50s, but check out just to our west. That's where we have dew points already into the mid and upper 60s. Ew, that humidity is really getting ready to work its way back on in here. We're going to watch dew points take off into the afternoon, likely reaching the low 70s tonight and into tomorrow. So tomorrow will be even more humid than what we have out there today. But as you plan your day, do expect those temperatures to be into the upper 80s for highs, likely right around 89 degrees. In fact, there are heat advisories in effect just to our west. Those are going to last until 8 o'clock today, from noon until 8. Here's a live look at traffic. Here's the Beltline at Todd Drive. It's running smoothly out there as of now. No major crashes or delays showing up on the Beltline or across Dane County as a whole this morning.
Where was everybody? There was nobody on the Beltline. Like if there was ever, that's the best time to ever drive the Beltline.
I don't know. Maybe they just started their weekend early.
It's one of those things you see the tumbleweed going across the Beltline. All right.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you. Right now, officials are saying that investigators will be on the scene in Sun Prairie for days, looking into the explosion that killed firefighter Corey Barr, injured several others, and evacuated over 100 residents. Investigators determined the explosion in downtown Sun Prairie Tuesday evening was a result of a gas leak near the intersection of Bristol and Main Streets. One firefighter is still recovering this morning, and 200 or so We Energy's customers were still without natural gas last night.
Those investigators are looking through permitting, records requests, and other paperwork this morning to see which contractors were working in that area during the explosion. A spokesperson for We Energies told News 3 it was a third-party contractor that hit the natural gas main, caused that explosion, but a Sun Prairie police lieutenant would not confirm that last night as the department launches what it is now calling a death investigation.
We're not going to release any information as it relates to the contractor, what work they're doing, who they were, whether we know them or not. We are in the beginning stages of a very active and very involved investigation. Until we get to that point, we figure out exactly what's going to happen to protect the integrity of that investigation. We're not going to release any information on that.
Until workers know it is safe and that there are no remaining gas leaks, people will be kept out of their areas for the time being.
This morning, the Sun Prairie community is continuing to mourn the loss of that firefighter, Corey Barr. The city of Sun Prairie held a procession in honor of Corey Barr around 10:30 last night. Barr owned the Barr House in downtown Sun Prairie and was the captain of the Sun Prairie Volunteer Fire Department. His wife, Abby Barr, says he went to check on the gas leak near the business to help figure out what was wrong, while other firefighters worked to evacuate people to safety. Barr was pronounced dead after being airlifted to the UW hospital. Corey Barr is being described as a husband, father, business owner, and hero by those remembering and honoring his life. Sun Prairie Fire Chief Christopher Garrison called him not just a firefighter, but a family member and a friend. News 3 spoke with Barr's wife, Abby, yesterday.
He was especially, I don't want to use the word interested, but, wanting to make sure he was on that call because it obviously was affecting something else that meant so much to us, our bar. So he wanted to, he told me he was going down there. I asked him why, and he just looked like a kid in a candy store. Like, it's what I do, it's what I love.
Barr leaves behind his wife and twin 3-year-old daughters.
So if you want to help Corey Barr's family, there is an account set up at the Bank of Sun Prairie, or you can donate to a GoFundMe page. That page has already raised more than $97,000 so far. Former Badger J.J. Watt donated $10,000 to the account yesterday afternoon. We have a link to all of the GoFundMe pages for a number of the people who were impacted by that Sun Prairie explosion over at our website, channel3000.com.
If you're unfamiliar with that area, to get a sense of the tremendous impact of the explosion, Here's a before and after look. Pictures taken from the same location, one from Google Maps, the other from a viewer on the scene Tuesday night. You can see the absolute devastation as the entire building there is gone. We'll be live with the latest updates on the situation just after 5:30 with more information throughout the morning. Glass Nickel Pizza did reignite last night around 11:30. Dispatch tells News 3 one engine was able to put out that small fire quickly.
It's 5 minutes after the hour. In other news this morning, Fitchburg police are looking for the man who reportedly fired a series of shots into a group of women around 10 o'clock last night. Now, nobody was hurt in that shooting that happened near Marlboro Park on Thurston Lane. Fitchburg sergeant says that suspect fired his gun after some sort of a fight took place inside that group of women. The suspect was in dreadlocks, possibly wearing a neck brace. Anybody with information is being asked to call the Fitchburg Police Department.
A Columbia County judge will decide today if there's enough evidence to send an Indiana truck driver to trial for running into a school bus on the interstate. Wayne Murphy is facing multiple felony charges in connection to the crash that happened on I-39 near Lodi in May. 26 Milwaukee area 8th graders were hurt as their school went to the Dells to celebrate their graduation. Murphy reportedly told investigators he was using anti-anxiety medication, and they told prosecutors he seemed generally unconcerned with those injuries he allegedly caused after that crash. The bus was stopped on the side of the road for mechanical issues when it was hit. We'll share an update later this morning on channel3000.com.
The 19-year-old accused of killing one person, critically injuring another in a crash on Madison's Midvale Boulevard is expected to enter a plea to those charges today. Benjamin Cortez is being charged with 7 felonies, including second-degree reckless homicide. Blood tests reportedly showed Cortez had drugs in his system at the time of the crash. He was speeding as well, allegedly. It killed 72-year-old Greg Namitz and critically injured his 68-year-old wife, Patty. It is 5:06 right now. Q106 Farm Director Pam Yankee is out of the radio barn this morning after raising money for farm families at the Mallards game last night. This is part of the Harvest of Hope campaign. They were hosting with a raffle campaign. Pam's posted a bunch of pictures on her Fabulous Farm Babe social media pages. She is back with us on TV tomorrow morning.
5:07 is your time right now. It's going to be another really hot and humid July day today. Sunrise this morning is at 5:29, and we should see sun for most of the day today. But there is a chance for some storms this afternoon, and Chris will let us know that in his first alert forecast.
And before he heads to London to have tea with the Queen, the president has some tougher conversations to have with NATO leaders about paying more for their own defense. The news is back in the morning on News 3 this morning.